what I wanted to do was really focus on revenue generating versus non-revenue generating. So much like the video that you saw earlier about some of the interviews from the CEOs, your colleagues, is that AI, aside from some of the abstract notions and the history that we just learned, is about the way it actually fundamentally lowers the cost structure of our organizations. But with that said, I do want to share a little bit about myself. So my doctor says that I'm low in vitamin D. I'm vitamin D deficient, and this is actually true. And I'm happy to say that being here, I am no longer vitamin D deficient for the next 10 years. I took a walk this morning. I don't know if you saw the trail outside. It's called the Interpretive Trail. So I walked around it a bit, and I interpreted, and I realized that it's hot. So if you're into quiet walks, I suggest that you try the trail at noon and see what your interpretation is, okay? I'm also originally from Silicon Valley, but I live in New York now. And partly because I just love the scenery. I just fell in love with spring. Unfortunately, in the East Coast, we've had a tremendous amount of snow and now summer. And with allergies in full swing, it's hard to tell when a cold stops and the allergies start. People think that we just have these snot-nosed kids all year round, but actually that's not true. They have dripping nose chitis. It runs in their DNA. I tell you, it's the truth. So let's talk about AI. Again, thinking more pragmatically about your business. And what I wanted to do was to make it less abstract. And part of what I'm hoping to achieve in this session is to make AI in terms of transforming your credit union organization in a tangible way that's visceral, they can see and hear. So that's what today's experience is going to be. And I'm going to use a customer journey experience to walk you through that. And I've intentionally kept the presentation very short so that we have about 10 minutes or so of Q&A, because I think the real value is not me speaking to you, but it's listening from you in terms of how do you want to use AI? How is Cooper going to fundamentally change your business and fraud and security? Now, raise your hand if you received false positive fraud alerts in the past. Okay? Now, of course, if it's real fraud, the worst part is, of course, having to get a new card and then reset up all your auto pays, right? It's quite annoying. Well, I've experienced a recent fraud alert. I'm not the handiest person in this room, I'll tell you. But apparently, there was a miter saw that was purchased and a bunch of lumber supply on my credit card. So I got a call. It said, Mr. Amyx, we noticed some suspicious activity on your credit card. I told him that definitely it was not me because, remember, I'm not handy. It turns out it was apparently my wife giving me a strong hint. By the way, that pile of lumber is still in the basement, and no kidding. Well, I want to talk to you about Cooper and how Cooper is changing this problem that you're seeing on the screen in terms of false positives. So Jenny, who's going to be in our customer journey narrative for today, receives this fraud alert on her phone from Cooper about a potential alert on her business credit card transaction. Now, the thing about this is not a false positive. This is a real deal. Let me explain why Cooper is smarter. And I know some of you had a chance to listen to earlier session today about the announcement of Cooper. The reason it's smarter is strengthening fraud-fighting abilities, and it adds that extra layer of fraud detection. And for all of you, in terms of those that are in a position of management, it does several things that you think about bringing Cooper into your organizations. One is Cooper is agile. It can automatically adjust its algorithm based on that data. And number two, you can simply pick and choose techniques to customize. It's that simple. You don't need a whole data science team. Number three, it's constantly enriching the data in real time by gathering information from publicly available data to better understand your members and your customers. Now, what happens if you combine Cooper's intelligent fraud alert system with something else that's also intelligent? Meet Ava. Jenny initiates a chat session to find out what's happening with her credit card, and she is greeted by Ava, which is an expressive cognitive AI who explains everything about what's happening with her card. Now, I will tell you, Ava is not human. It's a human-like digital AI assistant that can interpret and respond to emotions and to answer your questions. By the way, Ava isn't the only digital assistant that's out there in the market. Google recently unveiled something called the Duplex. And it's able to make calls on your behalf and handle certain things like appointments and reservations. As a matter of fact, I'm going to actually have you watch that video clip just to see how far we've come.
Calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
How can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around?
At 12 p.m.
We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15.
Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.?
Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for?
Just a woman's haircut for now.
Okay, we have a 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. is fine.
Okay, what's her first name?
The first name is Lisa.
Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Great. Have a great day. Bye.
That was a real call you just heard. The amazing thing is the assistant can actually understand the nuances of conversation. We've been working on this technology for many years. It's called Google Duplex. It brings together all our investments over the years in natural language understanding, deep learning, text-to-speech. By the way, when we are done, the assistant can give you a confirmation notification saying your appointment has been taken care of. Let me give you another example. Let's say you want to call a restaurant, but maybe it's a small restaurant which is not easily available to book online. The call actually goes a bit differently than expected. So take a listen.
See how may I help you?
Hi, I'd like to reserve a table for Wednesday the 7th.
For 7 people?
It's for 4 people.
4 people when? Today,
Next Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Oh, actually we leave here for after 5 people. For 4 people you can come.
How long is the wait usually to be seated?
For when, tomorrow or weekday or?
For next Wednesday, the 7th.
Oh no, it's not too busy. You can come for 4 people, okay?
Oh, I gotcha. Thanks.
Yep. Bye bye.
So this is going to make crank calling so much more fun. I'm excited about it. But I want to take you back to Ava and have you take a look at this video of Ava in action. And it's fully rendered. It is not a human being whatsoever. And by the way, she is actually taking selfies for Instagram. I don't know about you, but when you look at something like that, it's a bit creepy, right? Kind of like your son's girlfriend who's in college, and that girlfriend keeps on insisting on calling you mom and dad and wants to be added to your will. Well, Ava is supposed to understand your emotions. But my question is, how does it know that, if I'm gassed from that burrito or if I'm just uncomfortable because she's freaking me out? By the way, Ava stands for Autodesk Virtual Assistant. So it's created by Autodesk, and it's meant to help customer interaction to be much more engaging. And it can be trained to absorb and understand your FAQs. So coming back to revenue versus non-revenue generating activities, the non-revenue generating activities, kind of the first triage layer, can be done by systems like this. So let's actually see her in action here.
If you also activate the camera, I'll also be able to see your facial expressions. Thank you for granting access to your camera. I see you are interested in AutoCAD, including specialized toolsets. Are you a current user of AutoCAD?
Yes.
So hopefully in version 2 it'll be less creepy. So coming back to the customer journey, for Jenny, she was able to actually solve her issue with the fraud alerts with Ava. And Ava is going to cancel Jenny's credit card and send her a new card right in the mail. And Ava, before hanging up that chat session, says, is there anything else I can help you with? So Jenny says that, I am actually interested because, we're doing a lot more business and I want to be able to upgrade our business and checking accounts. And Ava suggests that Jenny goes to her closest local branch to get more information. And what a way to funnel and channel those potential prospects and interactions to the trusted advisors at the branch level. Now, the next section I'm going to be talking about is when Jenny actually goes to the storefront, this is what she sees. Now, some of your credit unions and branches probably looks like this, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that they're just trying to get attention. But what if I told you that you don't want to just grab attention, but you want to engage with customers? And that's where another AI solution comes in. Meet OuterNets. So when Jenny visits her credit union, she is attracted by OuterNet's interactive window display that you're seeing here. And let's find out a little bit more about how OuterNets is churning windows and wall surfaces into these powerful storytelling mediums that engages customers. And it's not just outside, it's actually also inside. Again, any windows and surfaces can be activated. So let's take a look. So I usually present out of a PowerPoint, and haven't done Prezi in a while, so my apologies for that. By the way, the nice thing about this is that not only are they interested in your products, but they're also for some reason very hungry for hamburgers after that. Now, behind the scene, OuterNets is a sophisticated computer vision system that captures data about customer interactions. And you can see some of the metrics that are displayed on the screen here. So you can actually start to understand what are they doing, what are the things that they're interested in, and the kind of segmentation in the psychographics as they interact with this information. Now, this information isn't just outside, like I said. It can also be inside. So it can be in the form of a kiosk, or it can be in the form of windows and walls. And it captures all this information. It's just incredible. So in case of Jenny, she's able to talk to Ava on an OuterNets kiosk as she's waiting in line, and she's able to gather information about that business checking account and savings products. Now let's talk about customer insights. Today, we have very little information about what our members really want unless they explicitly tell us, right? Well, it's kind of like my wife. I have no idea why she's mad. She just is mad suddenly. And if I ask her, she'll say, well, you should just know, right? No, I'm actually asking because I don't know. And so apparently I need this kind of AI at home, clearly. So I want to introduce you to another startup called Endor, and it's out of MIT. Endor is an AI predictive engine that's pioneered by MIT professors, and it changes the speed of predictive data analytics through something called social physics. Now, behind the scene, Endor's AI algorithm can predict not only the volume of traffic, to that branch, or maybe the kinds of products that they may be interested this week, or the kinds of segments or members within your database that would be most likely to purchase or upgrade to that product. So let's take a closer look.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm in Baltirosh. I'm VP Product at Endor, and with me is Omer Van Kluten, a super developer from Endor. Endor provides automated, accurate predictions. We enable business users across the organization to ask predictive questions and get the prediction immediately, instead of initiating a lengthy projects with the internal data science team. Let me show you how it works. This is a standard customer account. This customer is asking hundreds of different predictive questions across the organization. Different business users are asking different predictive questions. The credit team is asking questions like, who will take a short-term loan if we will approach them next week? Or who will register to a new revolving credit, a new product that we launched a month ago, if we will contact them in the next week? The marketing team is asking a lot of questions about promotions efficiency. Who will upgrade to premium if we will send them a discounted coupon tomorrow? Likely to behave in the same manner. So the engine automatically groups people together since they are acting in the same manner. All of these hubs that are being created right now are groups of people clustered together because something binds them in the real world. They are now taking similar decisions. Some of these groups are static. People belong to the same family, they work in the same company, therefore they are taking similar decisions. Hundreds of thousands of these clusters are dynamic. They're going to change every time that you refresh data. People got promoted, they got fired. There is some kind of a new advertising near your hometown that makes everyone look for similar solutions.
So by the time the bank officer sits down with Jenny at the branch, Endor, Ava, as an example, have already identified and informed to the bank officer what Jenny's most interested in. So it becomes predictive. So I think one of the things that I heard prior to this conference was, what is it that all of you are looking for? You're looking for, in the context of all these new technology, is to heighten that trusted advisory relationship. Being a former CFP Series 7, 63, 65, I know what it means, which is it's not about everything else that we're seeing. It's about the human-to-human, empathetic, trust-driven relationships. And that's exactly why they want to keep on coming back to your credit union to do business. So Endor provides that predictive analytics at your fingertips so you can better target and to anticipate your customers' needs. So coming back to Jenny here, she's delighted that her credit union is so responsive and somehow kind of magically knows what she's interested in. And her interaction was so positive that, that she wants to continue and be able to tell this incredible service with others, potentially that could become customers or members to your organization. And by the way, for some reason, again, she's really hungry for hamburgers. Now, to celebrate a great session, she heads to the mall to reward herself. And by the way, ladies, we men, we do the same thing when we have a good meeting. There's nothing more exciting for men than buying tools and auto parts. We get downright giddy, I tell you. The thing that you should know about Jenny is that she's an early adopter of cryptocurrencies. And she wants to know, that she can actually use her tokens to make purchases, which is actually kind of difficult at this point. So one of the things that, in case you're not familiar with cryptocurrencies, imagine that it's money, but it isn't. And people buy it and hope that it goes up, and it's kind of like spin the bottle to see who gets a Viagra. This is digits here. Let me take a look, have it show you, take a look at this one. So what digits does is it converts your credit cards or debit cards to use cryptocurrencies. And it allows for your tokens to pay for purchases. And behind that, there's AI behind it as well. So let's take a look.
What if you could turn any debit or credit card into a cryptocurrency card? Introducing Digits. We do exactly that. Yes, the credit or debit card that's in your pocket now could become a means to pay with your cryptocurrency assets. Simply enter your credit card number and connect your wallet, such as Coinbase, and you're ready to go. We never issue an actual card. We convert your existing card. You can turn crypto on your card on and off and change what cryptocurrency you want to pay with. Moreover, with some magic happening in the background, we can reduce the tax cost of a purchase by up to 30% and allow you to pay back the transaction in the future, allowing you to gain from any price rise in crypto. Try Digits now, a solution so simple, even grandma could pay in crypto.
Now let me ask you, which of your grandmas or your parents actually use crypto? The point of that was that it's what we're talking about is the flexibility of payments, and I think we'll start to see more innovation. Now for Jenny, she's actually very pleased with their interactions with her credit union. And the fact that they were able to tailor and to evolve around her business and her personal needs, that was delightful from our experience. So I was hoping that AI isn't just some buzzword, some abstract concept for you. I wanted to make it actually tangible today, and that was the purpose of some of these videos that you saw today. And really, for all of your credit unions, it has the potential to reduce fraud, to improve customer experience, and to predict who's likely to need particular products or services, and to make transactions seamless no matter how crazy it may sound.